You're able to take in someone to your home that is vulnerable, that needs love, needs care, needs help on their journey, and you can work alongside them through all the ups and downs, and through that absolutely, undoubtedly change the direction of their life and change their future.
As a foster carer, my role, I take on children that need caring for and see that as my responsibility.
They're in your home, they're part of your lives, but they find it very difficult because they still belong to their families.
I think it's very, very important to actually see the child for who the child is and know whatever behaviours that the child is exhibiting is a direct relation possibly to the amount of trauma that they've had in their lives, their background and other areas of their lives that you probably don't even know about for whatever reason. But keeping those separately and knowing that once that behaviour has finished, that the child is still a beautiful person.
These children often come from families that have also been in care themselves. So it's been entrenched in generations, and it usually flows on to the next one. And I would say to the carers, you know, we can break this chain. We can actually stop the next generation perhaps going into care.
It is a journey, a difficult journey at times, but it is so rewarding.
On Christmas Day, when you say, I'm sorry, it was a really quiet day today, and he says, it's the best Christmas I've ever had, because I know now I have two families, but you're the one that will always be there for me.
So you can shape what their life's going to look like. And in that, carers tell me that they themselves are changed from that in a really positive way, so their lives are enriched from that journey.
The young people in Life Without Barriers are special. Very special young people who need specialist care, and that's what I felt that I could bring.
Oh, I think for me it's about giving these children hope.
It's also a learning curve for yourself.
A lot of experienced carers will say the kids are the easy part and the system around is the complicated part. So part of our job is to try to make a bit of sense of that for carers.
Support from Life Without Barriers I find very good. They're on call 24 hours a day, no matter what the problem, or even if it's a good thing to call and tell them that the child you've got has done something really positive.
What a SOC is a supporter of carer. In the Life Without Barriers model, every carer has someone that's attached to them, and no matter what placement that you have, that person stays with you through every placement that you have. Their role is to laugh with you through the good times, cry with you through the bad times, and just be there to absolutely support you in every way, shape and form as a carer.
It's mostly when you need to pick that phone up and say, I don't know about this, or what do I do about that, or I'm having a problem at school, or I'm having a problem with a social worker about this, and generally the SOC will say, you go on with the caring, leave that to me, I'll get back to you.
They're just important in your life, because there's just times where you feel like you're hitting a brick wall, and you just want to show the child the door. But a phone call can often change your whole perspective on facing the situation that you've got at hand.
Life Without Barriers as an agency I have found to be extremely supportive through my steps and processes of where I'm at today as a carer.
They've come so far, and as they've actually grown, they've put things in place to ensure that the carers are looked after, the clients are looked after, they meet all the legislation they require in each state. And so it's so forward thinking.
The passion came from top down, and I wanted to be part of that team that looked at everybody as being a valuable member.
I receive a lot of calls, inquiries from carers, initially I will encourage them to be carers, but also provide some cautions, and I'll say it's very important to be over your major life's issues. If you've got problems with money, if you've just lost your job, or you've got emotional issues happening for yourself, then you may not have the space to be able to provide that emotional nurturing for a young person in your care. But if you've got a spare room and you are through those issues and you feel you've got something to contribute, then this can be one of the most rewarding things you can possibly do. I was just talking to a carer 5 minutes ago who's had 15 or 20 children through his doors, and they set up a reunion for him a few weeks ago. About 11 of them arrived, and he's a big bloke, and he said, "I don't cry very often, but I did," and I just thought that's what it's about.
To give back to our community, to give back to society, is perhaps the most worthwhile thing that any person can do.
What we do for ourselves we take with us, and what we do for others remains forever. And that's why I'm a carer.